Alrighty then. Let's go ahead and get into this right quick. I was going to make this, I thought about doing a response to the cringe that I just saw from good old Black Red Guard. I ignored him for a while because I was like, this dude is just corny as hell. But then I started listening to him again because he's so ridiculous. But I decided I'm not going to do that because while response videos still get a fair amount of play, I don't feel like getting into it. I can sum up the video basically this way: is that he was talking about Juneteenth, and basically, I guess black folks just ran away from the plantation immediately after Mass is dead, ignoring the fact that most of the plantation owners weren't fighting in no damn war. We know that. But of course, I mean, Marxist analysis to actually who was fighting the Civil War, both in the North and the South, that's a whole different thing. Most of the folks that fought on the Confederate side, apart from the generals who were West Point trained, they were just poor white folks who didn't really, they didn't own slaves. They didn't, they were just guys who happened to live in the South and were maybe working on a plantation with black folks, but wasn't really part of anything. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. And of course, you talk about the significance of Juneteenth, which really just admits that basically, Juneteenth is basically this order number 3 that was given by this General Granger, who became kind of a dictator in the state of Texas, at least according to Texas history. He basically, shut down the press and did all this, and it took 10 years to stop, the practice of slavery in the state of Texas. And of course, people like Black Red Guard don't want to do that. They have their own, their ideologues. These are people that are dedicated to their own ideas. And of course, he will just say, oh, well, I don't agree with Nation of Islam, this and that. Of course, other times he'll say, well, we'll have to make deals with the Nation of Islam. But he's very full of shit in that way. But basically what I wanted to get at is, he was talking about, oh, well, black folks is, but what really got me was the ending, where he's like, oh, well, how black folks and Chicanos and Boricuas, he's talking, Boricuas, of course, referring to the native Puerto Rican population. And I thought to myself, they probably don't give a shit about you. Once again, this idea of must socialism taking place, it's like, come on, bruh. My only advice to people like that is you at least put on the black separatist sort of face mask so that you can bring black folks in, and then you can talk about your socialism. But they're not doing that though, yeah. It's even funnier because of course Black Red Guard, aka Chris Winston, you can find him easily enough. It's not even fucking doxing at this point. It's like the guy has been on Dr. Phil because his mom was a bad neighbor. His mom, including his mom's white girlfriend. Here we go. Let me see if I can find that here, and I'll share it with you. Chris Winston, Dr. Phil. There we go. Let me see if I can find this. I know that they'll strike me because they did it before when I showed it on stream. Let me see here. Oh, I bet they don't show the video anymore. Well, let me see if they'll show it. Let me see. Damn, I can't find it. Okay, let me see. Let's type in Chris Winston, St. Louis. Yeah. The thing is, I've noticed it's just so ridiculous because, I'll admit I did it too. But it's like now he's doing these videos where he just, he pre-records everything and now he uploads it. He doesn't do the live streams anymore because, the thing is that he's a coward. I'll just tell you right now. I mean, I'm a coward myself, so I can say that. But he turns off the comments. He doesn't do live streams anymore. He just uploads a video. He, I was going to try to find the picture of him. Let me see here. Chris Winston, St. Louis, family. Let me see here if I can. Can't find it. What the hell is this? Y'all probably hear this type of thing. I'm just curious. This is probably just Fei Hua anyway. Probably. Okay. Sorry there. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. I can't find it. It's just hilarious, basically. But the thing is, what I was going to say here, I said it before in another video, but I decided to close it out or delete it, is Chris Winston has a mixed family. His dad isn't in the home. As far as I know, I mean, his mom is wild. She's been to jail, just crazy. You can tell that she's definitely from the streets. He's more, you can tell he's somewhat uppity, so to speak. I dare use racist language like that, but it's like he's kind of uppity. He's like, well, he tries to act more street and thug, but he isn't. That's because he grew up generally fairly well-to-do. He doesn't live with his dad, though. Dad and mom are divorced. Mom, as far as I know, dad isn't in jail, but his mom tried to kill his dad. And like I say, double check this yourself. I mean, I remember I did a deep dive one time. But for respect for other things, I decided to delete it. But anyway, he's got, his mom has a white girlfriend. I think that's the funniest thing. Let me see it. Chris Winston. Oh, it's going to bug the hell out of me. Oh, it's going to bug me when I can't find it. I can't find it. Oh, it's going to bug me. So I really wouldn't be able to find it. But guess, fuck it. I'm not going to do that. Let me see here. Dr. Phil. What do you do here? St. Louis. Let me see if I can find that video. Yep. Aha. Here it is. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and show it. Well, oh shit. Okay. Is it going to just click on the video? Yeah, it's just going to show the video. No, it won't. Okay. Let me see here. I got to show y'all. I'm sorry. I got to do it now. Here we go. Let me get my headphones. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. Okay. Every time I hear Chris Winston talk about white folks, I always think to myself, why don't you start at home? Why don't you start at home, bro? I'm going to show a clip of this. Castizo futurism, exactly. Yeah, Castizo's judicially, yeah. I got to show this because it's funny as hell every time. It's funny every time. Every single time. Okay. I got it. Okay. Here we go. This is hilarious. Every time. Okay.
Our neighbors make our life a living hell.
Maritha and Melanie.
Huh. Let's see here. So this is 2016, yeah. Maritha and Melanie.
Melanie moved in about 6 months ago, along with Maritha's.
Who? What is that? Who does that look like? Who's that right there? That looks like. Huh. Hold on, everybody. Hold on there. Who do we have here? Huh. So you mean this dude right here is in this family? Notice that these two other kids, I'm not going to shame them too much, but they have, I'm just going to say mental problems. So I think it's always funny to me when people like that really talk shit. Here we go. Let's do this one more time. Here we go.
3 sons and 4 dogs, which bark 24/7. After Maritha
go ahead and skip through this.
I walked over to introduce myself. The harassment. Maritha has tweeted about us to basically commit suicide.
interracial relationship that is a problem for Jana and Alan. Jana has been the instigator in keeping this neighborhood
I'm surprised.
off by
Once again, here we go.
That's from our home alarm system that came with our package. The surveillance cameras that we was one.
Look at that. That looks familiar once again, doesn't it? That looks like the same guy, doesn't it? That's why I'm not even going to show any more of the clip. Yeah. Chicanos and mestizos resent castizos. Oh, okay. Yeah, I figured that was kind of true. But the thing is that I don't want to hear another thing from Black Red Guard until he talks about the fact that his mama is dating a white woman, or at least dated a white woman. All right? That's my evidence right there. I'm not going to, belabor that point too much because it's kind of cringe, but it's like, my dude, where do you get off saying something like that when you yourself... Oh, my goodness. That makes me laugh every fucking time. Every fucking time. Okay. But anyway, let me cut to the chase here. The thing is that do you think that black folks and, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, El Salvadorans, et cetera, you think that they'll all get along? No. Sorry about that. Just ignore that. That's laundry. I don't get that type of thing, though. I really don't get that sort of mentality. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, I don't get it. I don't get this sort of idea where, somehow they can all get along. And it's like, dude, you live in St. Louis. You think that, once again, I mean, if you think that, I don't get this whole type of thing with people like him. Like I say, I mean, this is just rambling shit at this point. But it's like, how do people like this really get off and think that somehow, somehow he's, some base dude who's gonna come on? It makes me laugh every time. It really does. I don't get it. I'll just be honest with you. I don't get it. What else is there? I mean, is there anything else I need to say? I think that this idea that somehow that, Chicanos and so-called Chicanos, I just say Mexicans and El Salvadorans and Cubans and whatever, because I know that there's definite, definite differences, And it's like, if you think that they're all just going to get along, it's like when you say, all Asians are going to get along. That's bullshit. That's not going to happen. You think that, Chinese folks and, you think that a Chinese dude can't recognize the difference between a Vietnamese? They sure as hell can. I'll just tell you that right now. They can. Be like, yeah, that's a Korean right there. Yeah, that's a Chinese dude. That's a Vietnamese dude. And they can tell the difference. White folks, we can't tell the difference necessarily. I mean, unless, it's something outwardly like clothes or, how they act or something else like that. But it's like just looking at somebody. They can't tell the difference. So, I mean, that's the whole thing, man. I just think it's funny when cornballs like him talk shit, and I don't see any sort of good outcome where everyone just gets along purely and everything like that. No, that's not going to happen. They're going to say, "Hey, we endured this specific struggle. Why do black folks think that they're going to speak for us?" It's the same type of thing when when the LGBTQ community, quote unquote, all these big leaders, they try to equate the civil rights movement with the gay rights movement. No. Those are two wholly different things. Totally different. And it is absolutely ridiculous when people like that, when they bring these things up. It's absolutely insane when people do that type of shit. But yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. Okay, I'll give you that. But it's like, in general, though, yeah, they'll team up temporarily. But then eventually they'll be like, when worse comes to worse, my peoples come first. They'll still end up, going with their own hermanos. And, they'll end up creating their own thing, So, I mean, that's all I can really say. I think, I kind of went long. I try not to show too much of that clip because I know that they, YouTube gets real slick about shit like that. But let me see here. You know what? Let me see if I can find that clip. Because I know. Let me see here if. Oh, man. Okay. There's that video. Where's the other video, though? That's what I'm curious about. It's like, where's the other video? Because they used to have them together. It's like I would pick out the one, and then there would be the other one. That doesn't make me. Yeah. Shit. That's just. It's funny to me. Oh, it just. Oh. It fills my heart with joy when I see that type of thing. And legally built for weakness, so yeah, Castizos are legally built. Yeah, okay. Anyway, I think I've said enough. It's just been a while since I figured I'd do at least one thing a day. So anyway, I did that. So anyway, I'll see you later, folks. Have a good one. Bye-bye.